This is why people are intimidated by you based on your personality type. As you may know, there are 16 different personality types that make up the Myers Briggs Personality Types. While not all of these are as unique as we might want them to be, they do all stand out in their own ways. Below, I'm going to go over the truth behind each MBPT and what makes each one really hold its own. ISFJ. You give too much of yourself and always make people feel like they're being smothered. Sure, you're a great role model and people enjoy your presence most of the time, but you can be a bit much, which is something you need to keep in mind. Just because you feel like you need to take care of everyone doesn't mean you always can. ESFP. You're always showing off and making a big to-do out of everything. While there's nothing wrong with putting on a good show, you tend to go overboard. Sometimes people just want to relax and chill. Maybe you need to come to terms with that. There's nothing wrong with letting go of the spotlight sometime. ISFP. You usually come across as a bit stuck up because you're not good at first impressions. You're a great friend once someone gets to know you, but the initial awkwardness is a bit hard to overcome. You're the kind of person people know they can go to for advice. ISTP. Sure, it might not always seem like it, but you're a bit too sporadic. You're always going out of your way to try new things, which to some can make you seem like a bit of a show-off. A lot of people take their time letting you in because they don't know how to handle you. ENFP. While you might always be working on something and trying to succeed as best you can, you don't always seem so driven to others. You come across as a bit too focused on having fun sometimes, and it really puts some people off when they meet you. Sure, you're a very thoughtful person, but that doesn't always shine through in the ways you think it does. ENFJ. You're the kind of person who helps those in need wherever you can. You're always doing things for the people around you and never asking for anything in return. Because of this, people usually find you to be quite a pushover and usually don't stop to really consider your emotions. INFJ. You're always the one people come to when they need to vent. You listen and let them tear their worlds apart, all the while helping them put things back together. You're a wonderful problem solver, but sometimes people just cannot stand how together you have yourself. ESTP. You're a very driven person who's always getting things done, which to some makes you come across as a show-off. People want to be able to accomplish as much as you can, and it's not always possible. Because of this, you don't always have as many friends as you might hope. ESFJ. You, in many ways, are someone people tend to like being around. You're thoughtful and kind, but also almost always doing things in the most comfortable way. You don't step out of your comfort zone because you know your limits, and you're a very social person who others seem quite drawn to. That being said, some people end up feeling as though you're perfect for using in situations where spotlights are involved. ESTJ. You're not like most other people in the sense you like to be in charge. You're always trying to keep everyone in check when you might not need to. While you're very productive and usually know what needs to be done, people tend to think of you as a bit of a hardass. ENTP. A lot of people in the world around you consider you to be a bit stuck up. You don't like to make small talk and are always going out of your way to avoid those who have nothing to offer you. While you're not doing this to be mean, lots of people take it the wrong way. INFP. You're always on your own, and because of that, people usually consider you a bit shy. You like to find happiness in the small things and are not usually focused on things grounded in this world. You're never going to fit in no matter how hard you try, and it's not as bad of a thing as you might assume. INTP. Sure, you're always working hard and doing your best to get things done, but you allow your own needs to fall through the cracks, which should never happen. You're a very driven person with high standards who never takes no for an answer. The people around you tend to feel like you're always overworking yourself, and to be honest, you are. INTJ. You're always trying to get things done and make a name for yourself, but for what? In the end, doesn't your happiness matter? The people in your life usually ask you to slow down, and even though you'll never do it, perhaps it's something you should consider. ISTJ. As a very hardworking person, You're often thought of as a bit of a douche because you never stop to get to know the people around you. You're very reserved and stay to yourself within reason. There are a lot of misunderstandings surrounding you with good reasons behind them. ENTJ, you're always taking the lead and making your power known, which is not always a good thing. People in your life think of you as a dictator who never wants them to have any fun, and that's never a good thing. The harder you try to make these things seem as they should be, the worse your relationship becomes in the world of those underneath you.